So, question number 5. An electric current is passed through an aqueous solution of compound X using inert electrodes. The compound X is broken down by this process. So you've got a power supply, direct current, you know you can have ions flowing between the two electrodes. So the name of the process, I think everybody as is looking over shoulders got this one, so we're not going to spend time on it. Electrolysis. Okay, just be aware about the spelling. Okay, electrolysis was your answer. The name of the negative electrode, I think you had to share your knowledge a little bit here, but yeah, I think we got there. It's cathode. Cathode is negative, anode is positive. Suggest the name of the element from which the electrodes are made. Normally they're made from graphite. Okay, because it says it's inert, so it's not very reactive. Graphite doesn't. I'll try that again for the benefit of those who didn't quite catch that. Graphite doesn't really react with very much. It does react with some things, but not that much. So, sorry? Can we write? No, it would have to be conducting, that's the thing. It would have to be conducting. Most nonmetals are not conducting, so you probably wouldn't get the mark for that. Deduce the type of bonding present in compound X. Well, if it's got dissolved ions, we know it's an ionic compound. Okay. During this process, a gas is formed at the positive electrode. So now the key is the gas bleaches the litmus paper. So bleach, if it's bleaching it, it's probably got some chlorine in it. Okay, because chlorine gas, it does bleach things. You know that if you use chlorine-based bleach, or if you pour some on your clothes, it will make them go white. Right, next one. Now this one we had a little bit of difficulty with, but you need a bit of help with. So let's go through this one. So state. It says state, which means make a simple statement whether the change occurring is physical or or chemical. So the type of change. So if we think about it, that change, are we producing any new substances? No. So it's physical. Okay? There's no change in substance. No change in substance, and therefore it's reversible. Oops, my spelling's gone a little bit through there. It's reversible. Okay. It's a fact that there's no change in substance or there's no new substance made. So an aqueous solution, remember that means we've got something dissolved in water, is a mixture. Describe the difference between a compound and an element first of all. So a compound, so we need to be precise. First of all, we remember what a compound is. A compound is a substance that contains more than one kind of atom, or one type of atom. An element, only one type of atom. Okay, so the next one, describe the difference between a compound and a mixture. I was really pleased with this. The difference between a compound and a mixture is a mixture can be separated. Okay? So that's the key idea. You can also then qualify by saying a compound cannot be easily separated. Okay? So if you've got, say, salt dissolved in water, you know that salt you can separate the salt from the water by evaporating away the water. An aqueous solution of compound X contains compound X dissolved in water. Describe one chemical test that shows the presence of water. The idea, now this is one I think you might have done very, very briefly last year, but we're probably going to do this in a bit more detail after your exams. But the test is we can expose it to cobalt chloride paper.
Is that the name of the test?
Yeah, it's called the cobalt chloride test. Or expose it to anhydrous cobalt chloride. So the observation, if it's got water, it turns from blue to red. Sorry, to pink. Turns from blue to pink. Okay. It then says state one method of separation that can be used to collect pure water from an aqueous solution. Now we're trying to collect the water. So filtration. If compound X is dissolved, it'll just go through the filter, won't it? So it doesn't separate it. It's distillation. Well done. Yeah. If we want to extract the liquid, you have to distill it. Okay, and that's it. Okay, right. Your homework. Some of you. Well, obviously you're going to revise, but as we said before, as we established before, we now know that revision just by looking in your book. Yes, you've got to make some revision notes and try and learn those basic facts. But the key, most efficient way of revising is through deliberate practice. Okay? So your homework will be to go through question number 8, and I will record the solution on a video for you so that you can then go through it before the exam, because obviously this is your last chemistry lesson before your mocks.